Hello, dear traders. My name is Oleg Prishepa. Welcome to Trading Hero YouTube channel. Let's start our weekly review. Our total profitability is plus 155%. We almost reached the previous historical maximum of our strategy that we had before the last stop loss. At that moment, we had around 157% of profitability. So now we have around 1.5% left to reach and break these maximums. The profitability for this week is plus 3.3%, and I'm glad to say that we closed November with a profitability of 11%. It's second highest profitability in this year. The highest profit we had in May, it was around 12%, and I'm really glad that we made this profit in November, and it shows that market is volatile, and actually this volatility gives us a lot of opportunities to make profits. Let's switch to MetaTrader platform and see how actually we were trading during the current week. Let's start from GBP USD on 1 hour time frame. I highlighted the previous week with a gray rectangle. Its vertical line shows a separate day. So as you can see, the global picture on this currency pair is following. We have a very strong uptrend, and you can see this kind of an acceleration when the resistance line of this trend is used as a support level. It means that trend gains its speed, and we are heading towards the culmination of this trend. During the first part of the week, we had a small decline. It was a correction to the previous impulse. Then we reached the previous resistance levels and they played the role of the support. So we were mostly buying during the first part of the week, and starting from Wednesday, we were selling. We had a very big impulse of 4,000 pips. Like almost with no sufficient corrections, but we had an opportunity to close our trades, and actually that's why we sustained this movement. And on Friday we also had a good opportunity to trade. We had non-farm payrolls revealed, and we closed our like selling positions and bought over here, and like actually we made like good profits on GBP USD this week. As for a global picture, you can see that we on a daily time frame we reached the previous highs from August, and now we're waiting for the market, I think, to like go for some like smaller correction to decrease a little bit, because every time we face new local resistance or support, there is an opportunity for the market to like slow down and go in an opposite direction. So far, we have no open trades, so let's see how it goes the next week. Let's move to the next currency pair. It is GBP to Canadian dollar. As you can see, we also can see the uptrend and the huge acceleration of this trend, where it's obviously that the previous resistance line plays the role of the support line, and we are mostly selling against these movements. And during the previous week, we had several like bunches of trades closed. The first was on Monday. We closed the deals from the previous week. Then we bought. Then we had the new retest of the previous highs. We can consider it as a bear strap. We have it here. We like closed our selling position, then we bought, and then we were selling against this impulse. And finally, on Friday on non-farm payrolls, we managed to close all our positions with a total profit. Uh, Actually, when the deals are closed in a different time, the algorithm doesn't show it as a single trade, so that's why you can see that like we have some trades close in loss. It's in loss. It's normal. The main thing that the upper trades with the bigger volume, they should be closed with profit, and this profit should cover the losses from the previous trades. So with GBP to Canadian dollar, everything looks good. As for a global time frame, you can see that we have reached the maximums of April, and still growing. And as for me, I consider this movement to be as some kind of a culmination of like this movement, because like we grow with no rest for like 2.5 and almost 3% 4 weeks in a row. It's a lot. It's a lot even for like GBP to Canadian dollar. The next currency pair is Australian to New Zealand dollar. For this currency pair, we actually, I'm really glad that we closed a bunch of buying trades the last week, and this week we started selling after we broke the previous low of the market, and now we're averaging the positions we have. Actually, we have a huge decrease for this cross rate, like to cover 2000 pips with no correction. It's a lot. We have 4 trades opened right now. And as you can see, as for a daily time frame, we have a huge decrease during like last 2 days. And now we came very close to the like previous support zone. Actually, I was expecting the market to bounce back even from the previous resistance level from February and March, like trading zone. And I was expecting for this correction, but they continued decreasing and almost reached the lower border of this trading zone. So that's why I think that now we have an opportunity to see the correction maybe from the beginning of the week. Maybe we'll see the movement to check the stop losses that many buyers, I think, put below this support level, and then we're going to see some kind of a correction. If you remember, I was telling you about that. The currency market, it likes stability. It's not a trend market right now, like a stock market or like a crypto market. Exchanging of currency should be beneficial both for both economies. So that's why when the price reaches some historical highs or lows, and in our case, Australian to New Zealand dollar approached to the maximums of 2015, and as you can see, we had this like corridor for more than 8 years. So that's why obviously that business got used to these prices, and that's why the price like went to some kind of like a middle numbers, like in the middle of this channel. So those of you who were like selling and like if you have profit now from this movement, I suggest you to close like everything, or at least to close the half, because we already reached the middle of the channel, and now from a technical point of view, there is no big probability that we're going to reach the lower border in the nearest time, because we may find that market will be standing here for a month or two in some kind of correction, because each impulse leads to disbalance, and this disbalance has to be compensated, and it takes some time to market get used to the new price levels. The next currency pair is New Zealand to Canadian dollar. With this currency, we also can see that we had an uptrend, and then like it accelerated, and now it's like growing, and it looks like a culmination of buyings. We were selling during the whole week. First of all, we closed the deals from the previous week with one of the robots. Then we started opening the positions with the second one. And on non-farm payrolls news, we closed one of the algorithms with profit, and the second one is still in the market, and we have 5 positions open. Let's take a look at global time frame and see the situation on NZD to Canadian dollar. As you can see, for example, on a weekly time frame, I think you can notice this acceleration, because the volatility of like the weekly volatility actually increased, and if we had around like 2%, 2.5, 2.8, now we have around 4%. Like it's a lot for this currency pair. And the other thing I want you to pay attention to, that we have 8 growing weeks in a row. So we never had like this situation during the last several years, when we had 8 growing weeks in a row and no red one here. So I think it's another reason why the market may be considered as overheated, and we can wait for a correction from the next week, even if we do not approach or like try to beat the previous highs. I think the market should slow down because like the speed, how it grows, like it's really big, and like from technical point of view, we have all chances to for like the price to go down and like retest the previous support levels. And the next currency pair is Australian to Canadian dollar. For this currency pair, everything seems to be okay. We don't have this rapid growth. We see that we are also growing, but it's more moderate. We are moving like step by step. We are retesting previous resistance levels, and it gives us an opportunity to close our deals with profit. So, like everything is okay here. Starting from Tuesday, we were like intensively growing on this currency pair. Then on Wednesday, we closed all our deals with profit. Then we have another wave of growth. We closed them with profit. And after non-farm payrolls revealed, we uh, bought here and also closed our positions with profit at the end of the trading session. As for a global picture for Australian to Canadian dollar, it's like pretty similar. We have 7 growing weeks in a row, and we have this week with a volatility of 2.6%. It's a lot. It's not like extremely high, but like it's big volatility, and we already retested and broken the previous highs from May and from August. So that's why I think that we also may face some kind of a correction during the last week on this currency pair. We have no open trades, so let's see how it goes the next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following our trading strategy. I wish you to get more profits in December and see you next Saturday. Have a profitable trading week.